All right, we live. All right, let me get past this. Give me a second. I just want to make sure everything's streaming right. It's looking good. How I sound, chat? How's the stream going? It's looking smooth. I could dig it. Let me get out of here. All right, let me look at my dashboard right here. All right, where's the little chat thing here? Was the chat thing disappeared? Okay, the chat's right there. All right. Let me see right here. Chat's looking weird. Give me a second. Make sure everything's loading up. Okay, everything's loading up. Everything's loading up. Make sure everything's looking crisp. All right. Everything's connecting good. Everything's connecting. The levels is good. Grand opening. Grand closing. What's up? Oh, here we go. We're about to kick it real good. All right. Great topic today. Chat's flowing up. Of course, it's your boy Puertorock77. Your only friend in these YouTube streets. Back with you with another live stream. All right. Mostly not a gaming topic for the most part. Right. But it is part of the culture. All right. We're all into comics. We're into movies and stuff like that. And sad to say, even though technically it's not supposed to be a gaming topic, it ended up that way. Because you got people doing the most. Because people want to be corporate slaves. Instead of just having an actual real conversation based on facts, based on real information, just piece together the information, be truthful, and then come up with, hey, this is what's going on. But people want to stand for companies for no damn reason. Like, it's not going to change nothing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we got 40 people in the chat. Do me a favor. Of course, I'm going to ask you to hit the like button, That helps attract other people. That helps gets all of us like-minded individuals that want facts, that wants truth, that's tired of the BS information that keeps getting constantly spread around. Let's get them all. Let's get them all to this channel, right? And if you don't mind, retweet it out through your favorite platform of social media, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you use. Let people know. Be like, yo, your only friend in these YouTube streets is live right now. And we're going to discuss the Sony and Disney breakup, which led to Spiderman not being part of the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Somebody has to talk, rational on this subject, because everybody's talking about it from a specific biased angle. Whether you're pro Sony because they make some of the best gaming consoles and platforms of all time. Yes, I'm a PlayStation dude. Or if you're a Marvel fanboy and you're just going to stand for Marvel. Or if you're an Xbox fanboy and you just want any opportunity to take shots at PlayStation and whatever. Whatever it is, the one thing that's not happening is, can we just have a rational discussion and just talk about what's actually happening? All right? My man Hunter, thank you for the €2. Spider-Man films are terrible and overrated. Facts. Oh man, I don't know. The stream might attract Marvel stands, so they might come out. They might come out after you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's crazy. The intent of this stream is just to have an honest conversation that's not leaning towards whose fault it is, whatever. That's all this is. Somebody has to actually talk rationally about this, so that way people could be like, you know what, that actually makes sense, because there's too many people stressing out over this and they don't understand that. And as I'm going to explain, you're stressing out for something that's out of your control, right? So tweet this out, hit the like button, because we're going to kick it off. So to set the stage, what am I talking about? What's going to be talked about? Well, We found out over the last 24 hours that Disney approached Sony to renegotiate their deal of Spider-Man and it being the cinematic universe, part of the cinematic universe. But in order to understand that, in order to get to that, we have to back up and how did this even begin? Because that's the important part, all right? The beginning of all this is the most important part of how we got to the end, all right? A few years ago, Disney approached, or Marvel Studios approached Sony and said, hey, we would like Spider-Man to be part of the cinematic universe, all right? Because if you don't know, Sony owns the movie television rights of Spider-Man. They are the owner of this. Now, some of you, if you don't know, the reason why this happened is back in the 80s, Marvel did not have a lot of money. Some say they were about to go bankrupt. So during that time in the 80s, they sold off their IPs, their studio movie IPs, to a bunch of movie studios, you know, so that way they could have some money, right? Sony at one point had the opportunity to buy all the IPs because Marvel went to Sony first. At the time, I guess in the 80s, Sony was like the big deal in the movie industry, right? Sony only settled for Spider-Man because in their opinion, Spider-Man was really the only relevant IP at the time. They felt that's really the only IP that you could do anything. They didn't feel all the other characters were relevant for movies and TV shows. So they got Spider-Man. Fox got X-Men and and Fantastic Four. Universal, to this day, bought the Hulk. That's how that ordeal happens, right? It's important that you understand this. All right? Understand that. So Sony owns the movie television rights to that, right? Okay, now we're going to fast forward to the MCU deal. MCU, Marvel, approached Sony. Hey, we want Spider-Man as part of the MCU to be part of the series in this whole, you know, template that they have of phase 2 or 3, whatever. Okay. Ultimately, what the deal happened is Spider-Man via the Tom Holland actor, right? He's going to be part of Civil War, right? Because that was the introduction of Spider-Man MCU, Civil War, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. And in between, dedicated Spider-Man movies, which we know as Homecoming and Far From Home. The dedicated movies, Homecoming and Far From Home, Sony will get 95% of the grossing, the money those movies made. Marvel will get 5%. And chances are the reason why is that low is to cover the cost of the movies and whatever they do. And of course, Marvel owns all proceeds of, you know, profits or whatever from the merchandise. So merchandise just simply belongs to Marvel, right? The cameo appearances of Spider-Man, meaning Spider-Man in Civil War, Spider-Man in Avengers Infinity War, Spider-Man in Endgame, all that money belongs to Marvel. That's the deal. Sony agreed, okay? So now, before we move on, why was this deal made? Why did Marvel agree to 5%? From the start. See, the funny thing is, this is misinformation number one. People are looking at Sony. How could you only offer Marvel 5%? That's bullshit. That was the deal from the get-go. Marvel gets 5%. Disney gets 5%. That's what they agreed to from the start. So that's how the deal always was. Got to understand why. Why would Disney settle for 5%? It's because at the time, the important aspect of Spider-Man, right? The important aspect of Spider-Man, and I know that I'm looking at the thing. Somebody says stop saying Marvel is Disney. Core, fine. I'll use Disney. The important part, you have to include Marvel in a way too, because at the time, Marvel really wanted Spider-Man because the important aspect of Spider-Man was the cameo, right? The big deal Civil War, if you remember, was the ending when Iron Man, Tony Stark was like, all right, that's it. I had enough. Underoos. And then you see Spider-Man take the shield and land. He goes, what's up, guys? Huge, that little part. Everybody was excited. It was huge, right? It was everybody's dream, right? That was what paid the bills for Disney and Marvel. They just needed Spider-Man to be an appearance to their cinematic universe. Phase, 2 and 3 was, I think, was started, right? So, Infinity War, Endgame, and then using the Spider-Man dedicated movies to tie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, for phase 3, right? That was the moneymaker for Disney and Marvel. They needed the name, they needed the profile, they needed Spider-Man to beef up the roster, right? Because when you look at all the characters, Spider-Man's bigger than a lot of the other characters that made up, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Bigger than Doctor Strange, bigger than Ant-Man, bigger than Guardians of the Galaxy. He's huge. He's one of the huge characters. That is what Marvel saw was relevant. That is what they wanted, okay? So 5%, but Spider-Man's carrying all these Marvel Cinematic Universe. They use his name, huge IP. The 2 dedicated movies boost up the cinematic universe. Everything's all in good. Now, things changed. Disney went back to Sony and said, hey, all future Spider-Man dedicated movies, we want 50%. All right? Sony's not having that. Sony's like, whoa, wait a minute. We're not giving you 50% of the revenue. We're not going to just keep 50% of the movie, all right? So let's talk about that, right? Because that's the issue right there. The 50-50 split, right? Spider-Man Far From Home, right, is $1 billion movie now, right? Made $1 billion. It's $1 billion movie, okay? The previous Spider-Mans that Sony did directly never made $1 billion. But they did make a lot of money. For example, Spider-Man 3, right? The one nobody really likes, that made $900 million. That's just $100 million shy of $1 billion, right? The last movie they made, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, with, what's his name? Andre Garfield, something like that, right? That movie made around $800 million. So while it's not $1 billion selling movies, they made a lot of money. And that's important you understand that, right? If you take Far From Home, and let's say Far From Home was the 50-50 deal, while the movie made $1 billion, Sony's take would only be $500 million out of that billion. The other $500 million will go to Disney. So while the movie is $1 billion grossing movie, it's not $1 billion making movie for Sony or for Disney because they have to split it. So now ask yourself, if Sony by themselves can make a movie that grosses $800 million, for example, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, if you look at all their movies, they all gross over $500 million. All of them. All of them are like around 7, 8 to 900 million window, right? If they can make their own movie that grosses $800 million, why would they make a partnership and only get $500 million? That doesn't make sense from a business perspective. It's kind of like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. Why make billions when you can make millions? That doesn't make sense. So from Sony's strategy side, from Sony's side, they're not going to take that deal. It doesn't make sense. We're going to only get 500 million, maybe 600 million. In order to get 700 million, the movie has to gross 1.4 billion and higher just to match what they can do on their own. You see what I'm saying? So from Sony's perspective, they're like, there's no advantage for us in this deal. Now let's talk about the Disney side. Why is Disney asking for 50%? Right? Why now? They're the ones that were cool with the 5%. Why 50% now? Why not stay with the 5%? Well, the answer is, and this is where I see a little logic comes into play, I don't think Spider-Man has a big role in the cinematic universe as it did in the beginning. See, in the beginning, they want the Spider-Man to be part of the Avengers, put him in Civil War, put him in Infinity War, put him in Endgame. That was the moneymaker for Disney and Marvel. Well, we all saw phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Where does he fit now? Do you put him in Doctor Strange? Thor, Love and Thunder? Guardian of the Galaxy 3? Blade? Do you put him on Disney Plus with Wanda and Vision? No, they're doing their stuff back in 1945. Falcon and Winter Soldier, Disney Plus. There's talks of the What If Disney Plus is like a cartoon animated thing. Like, where does he fit? Like, we all saw Phase 4 plan. The Eternals? We all saw Phase 4. Black Widow, which is like a prequel. Where does Spider-Man fit as a cameo for Disney to look at him as a moneymaker? Iron Man's dead. So no future Iron Man movies could be used for him. Where does he fit in Phase 4 based on what they planned? He doesn't really have a big relevance as he did in the beginning when Disney wanted and Marvel wanted to use him. Right? So the big deal about Spider-Man coming forward is the individual movies. And Disney doesn't want to do those movies for just 5%. You know? They want more. They want a bigger cut of the pie because that's where the money is now. The money is no longer his cameo. They got that. They got what they wanted from Spider-Man. That's what people got to understand. Why would Disney go for 50% now? It's because the cameo appearances has no value anymore. The value of Spider-Man is the individual movies themselves. My man Veja, he said, Disney started negotiations at 50-50. In common sense, we all know that the negotiators already are prepared to go down to 70-65, 35-50 minimum. Sony knows this minimum end result already and stopped negotiations. That's definitely a possible scenario. Marvel could be playing the game of we'll just go high and then we'll trickle down till 30%, which is what we know we could get. That's a possible scenario. Maybe not. Maybe Marvel's like, no, we want 50 or we're not doing it. Right? And I could give my opinion why I think Marvel's dead set on 50. The ultimate realization is Spider-Man as a cameo doesn't mean anything for Disney, maybe even Marvel anymore. It's the movies themselves. The saga of Spider-Man itself. That's where the money's at. And they want a bigger cut of it. Right? If they don't get a bigger cut of Spider-Man, right, then there's no reason to use, what is it, Kevin Feige? Is that how you pronounce his name? Why are they going to waste Kevin Feige's time putting all that time into directing Spider-Man when he can advance the properties Disney do own? They could be like, Kevin Feige, nah, you're not going to direct. If we only getting 5%, you're not directing those. Go focus on the stuff we own. Go focus on the rest of cinematic universe. There's no sense in putting 9 months, 12 months, 13 months, however long it takes a movie. There's no sense in using Kevin Feige's, right? That's how you pronounce it, right? Feige? Kevin. We'll just call him Kevin, right? There's no point in taking up Kevin's time making movies for Sony and we only get 5% cut. So I could see Disney's side of that. So I could see Sony's side and I see Disney's side. And you know the truth? They're not wrong. Because the truth is, they're making a decision that's best for their company. At no point, and this is the truth, don't think for a minute any of these guys on the boardroom table is thinking about the fans. Stop it. They're not thinking about us. They're not on the table. Disney's not going on the table to be like, well, you need to do it because our Spider-Man movies are better quality than your Spider-Man movies. Your Spider-Man movies suck, so you need to stop it. Think of it that way. That's not how it works. It's not. What they're looking at is the money, right? When Sony sees you want 50%, they're like, if we give them 50%, you're talking 500 million to 600 million on these movies. But yet, looking at what we've done already, we make 750, 800, 900 million. Hell, Venom made 900 million. And we could do that on our own. We don't need you to make 500 million. They could easily do that. And they're going to make more. But from Disney's perspective, they're like, we have all these properties and we're going to use our resources and our director in 9 months, 10 months, 11 months of his time and only get 5%. There's no point in that then. So they're both, the deal is not in either one of those best interests. So then in the end, they're like, forget it. Sony's like, we'll make our own because they already started their own Sony cinematic universe, right? With Venom. They can now put Spider-Man in there. They could combine them. And keep in mind, this verse, I guess is the best way to explain to it, still belongs to Sony. Tom Holland, all that stuff still belongs to Sony. They're just going to have to remove any tie-ins to the cinematic universe. That means there'll be no Nick Fury, right? The guy who likes Aunt May, that chubby dude, if you saw Far From Home, he's not going to be in there. It's those little key. They probably can't mention Iron Man and Tony Stark no more. So that'll be gone, right? So those little nuances that you saw, he's probably not going to have Edith. So that'll be gone. So all those little things, Stark Enterprises, all that's going to be removed. They're going to have to figure out, and you saw the cliffhanger, I'm not going to spoil it. They're going to have to figure out how to tie in from that into Sony's version of that or continue, right? I don't think they're going to reboot it completely because they don't have to, but they're going to have to do some side shakings. They're going to have to be very creative on how to have a Spider-Man that was built on the cinematic universe now not be part of it. Basically his own thing. Removed away. That's going to be the key. They're going to have a very good writer to really pen in and make it sense to where if we watch it, we could be like, all right, that's a good way. Kind of like Captain Marvel. When they say Captain Marvel movies in the 90s, stage in 90, everybody was asking, well, if Nick Fury knew Captain Marvel back in 1990, why wasn't she in, Infinity War? Why wasn't she in Avengers 1 on the Attack of New York? Why wasn't she in all this stuff that happened? Why now? And they explained it. You know what I'm saying? She was out in the universe helping other people and yada, yada. At least something creative, right? All right? That's what's going to happen. Is Sony going to be successful at that? I don't know. Power to them in delivering that, right? Disney's fine. They don't need Spider-Man. They're going to make boatloads of money with the other stuff, okay? But now here's the real deal. Where's the true compromise? What can we do to fix this? I have the answer. Hear me out. And some of you who follow me on Twitter, you saw the answer already. Just hear me out. Right? We already know the dilemma. The dilemma is the 50%. Disney wants more money, but them getting more money means Sony loses money. Sony ends up only getting $500, $600 million. Sony doesn't like that. But Disney's not going to keep making movies for only 5%. So where's the compromise? Okay? The first step is recognizing this. This is a renegotiation, right? And Disney wants to renegotiate. They want more money. So the key in this deal is, what does Sony get out of it? That wasn't talked about. If Disney approaches Sony and be like, hey, we want 50%, then the question that has to be asked is, okay, what do we get out of this? If you get 50%, what do we get? Because this is a renegotiation, and the renegotiation has to be mutually beneficial to both parties. What does Sony get? They're just going to give Disney $500 million, half of the proceeds, and be like, yep, thank you, renegotiate, done deal, have a nice day. No. What does Sony, when they stand up and walk out the table, what do they leave with? Right? And the answer is more Marvel gaming IPs. Yo, shout out to M2K. My man said big up to the homie P-Rock. Like and sub. Listen to the man. The man does the prognosis. He provides the medicine. All right? What does Sony get out of the deal? What can they possibly get? Marvel gaming IPs. It's brilliant. Think about it. Disney comes and says, hey, we want 50% of the movie rights. Of the grossing of Spider-Man. And Sony's like, oh, what? That's like $500 million. We're not going to give up $500. Disney could be like, whoa, slow down. This is what we'll do for you. How you'll make more money. Not necessarily off the movie, but whatever deal they have with Spider-Man PS4, we'll extend it. Let's say if they have a 3-game deal, 8 game deal. Exclusive rights. And we'll throw in 2 more IPs, minus the ones that's already been contracted out, like Avengers. That's already been contracted out. We know that, right? So they can't have, Thor, Captain America. They can't have that. But pick 2 IPs, and you'll have exclusive rights to make those games of your choosing for 5 games each. Go back to your studios. Go back to your gaming studios. We'll reconvene in 2 weeks. We'll set up a new timetable, and then you'll tell us which IPs you're interested. And then we'll look and see if they're available, just in case they might already have some IPs already penned in for somebody else. How's that, Sony? And Sony could be like, 2 more IPs. So Spider-Man, we get to extend that contract. And they'd be like, yep. And we get 2 more exclusively for us. And they'd be like, yep. How many games we can make? 5 each. So each IP, we get 5 games deals. All right. We'll come back. We're going to go to our studios. We'll go to our worldwide publishing studios. We'll talk to the PlayStation division. Because in that meeting, PlayStation wouldn't be there. It would just be, maybe the Sony CEO and the heads of the movie division. But the Sony CEO and the heads of the movie division could be like, even though that's not beneficial to the movie division itself, but it is beneficial to the overall Sony plan as a company. All right. Let's figure this out, right? And then you heard PlayStation's also trying to do show tie-ins. So let's do this. So now they leave the table, they go back to Santa Monica, or the Sony headquarters, and they talk to the PlayStation division, the PlayStation heads, right? The division heads of Sony or PlayStation. So they're all at the table to be like, hey, potentially we're going to use 50% of the profit for the movies, but they're offering gaming IPs. Is that something valuable? And the PlayStation division be like, hey, Spider-Man PS4 just sold 13 million. We generated X amount of money. If we get 2 more IPs and extend the contract of Spider-Man PS4, that 500 million or that 50% that you guys will lose, we will make it up in spades with these IPs. And they'll go to their first party publishers. Like, who wants what? Insomniac could be like, hey, we want Fantastic Four. Give us Fantastic Four. We can work. Hell, we can even combine the two and make our own little gaming cinematic universe with Fantastic Four. If you could get an IP, give us that one, which includes Silver Surfer, Galactus, all that little crew. And Sony could be like, all right, Naughty Dog, do you want an IP? Naughty Dog could be like, actually, we don't, because we're already on our way making another new IP. We don't have time between Uncharted, The Last of Us, and the new IP. Yeah, not for us. Okay. Sucker Punch. We already have a superhero game with Infamous, and now we really want to focus on Ghost of Tsushima, Santa Monica. Well, we really only have God of War. Twisted Metal we don't do, and we do a couple of side projects. Yeah, I think we could do a big IP. Yeah, give us a Marvel one. Who do you want? X-Men. Of course you guys knew I was going to say X-Men, right? You think I'm going to leave out X-Men? Hell no. Right? X-Men. All right. X-Men, Fantastic Four. We'll go back. We'll call Disney, see what they do. And they call back Disney. Disney. We want X-Men, 5-game deal. We want Fantastic Four, 5-game deal. Fantastic Four will be handled by Insomniac. X-Men will be handled by our Santa Monica studio, Cory Barlog. All right? And we want an extension on Spider-Man PlayStation to a 7-game deal. Exclusive rights. Right? Yay or no? Disney will then look at it. Hey, did we give away X-Men? No, we didn't give away X-Men. Did we give away Fantastic Four? No, we didn't give away Fantastic Four. Sounds great. Let's sign the deal. That's the deal. I'm just giving, the deal could be altered, but a scenario like that could work. And everybody wins. And we get 2 more amazing Marvel IPs from one of the best first-party studios in the industry. Imagine Sony Santa Monica under Cory Barlog creating an X-Men game and Insomniac making Fantastic Four. Or whatever they choose. Hell, the deal could end up being Naughty Dog makes Punisher and Santa Monica makes Blades. Whatever combo it is, I'm just saying the 50% cut has to be made up somehow. You know, the renegotiation has to benefit both parties some way. It can't just be renegotiate and the deal just favors Disney and then that's it. It's over. Sony's not going to agree to that. They have to get something out of it. So why not get new IP, more franchise IPs for games? It's huge. They're going to make billions. Sony's going to make billions off that. Sony's easily going to make billions off of more gaming IPs. It's going to be huge. On top of that, if they're made exclusively for the PlayStation 5, it's going to sell consoles. It's going to sell a shit ton of consoles. Imagine a Fantastic Four themed console bundle with the game. And then later on, an X-Men themed console bundle with the game. You see what I'm saying? The game is going to blow up. There, 2 Marvel IPs exclusive to the PlayStation 5, they're easily going to go blow past 500 million. They're going to blow past 500 million that they gave up. The 50% they'll give up for the movies, it's going to be nothing. Plus an extension to the Spider-Man. Imagine PlayStation 5, right? With Spider-Man 2 exclusive. Brand new Fantastic Four by Insomniac exclusive. X-Men made by Santa Monica exclusive. Who I dare anyone say they're not interested in buying a PlayStation 5. That they're happy with Xbox. I dare anyone go on Twitter and say that. Go ahead, embarrass yourself with 3 games like that on there. While Microsoft announces Crackdown 4. Go ahead, embarrass yourself. Go ahead and get slapped. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a good compromise. That's probably the best compromise you can get. And you know what I really like about the deal? Gamers win. We're going to get more great Marvel IPs. You know? Let them split the money for the movies. The games. It's going to be killer. I mean, who here didn't like Spider-Man PS4? That shit, the game sold 13 million. Lots of people went after the game. Trust me. More Marvel IPs on the Sony first-party worldwide studios was going to be hits, and they're going to be quality. Right? To me, that's the best compromise I could see. Because I don't see anything else just within the movies. Because, again, I don't think Disney's going to settle for... Maybe they will, but it's highly unlikely they're going to settle for 30%. It's highly unlikely they're going to settle for anything lower than 50%. Because, again, they don't really need the Spider-Man movies. So, it's either they get 50 or they just move on and don't worry about it. And Sony's not going to give up 50 and get nothing out of the deal. This is logically the best approach that could compensate for the 50%. So that's just my deal, right? Of course, you know, when the video ends, in the comment section, let me know what you think, right? Now, the final part. Why am I even doing the stream since it's primarily about movies, right? It's because some douche named Manabite, whatever his name is, right? Everybody knows who I'm talking about, right? Manabite. I don't really know who he is, right? But for whatever reason, he brought up consoles into this. And the dude's not even a gamer, right? He created a tweet, right, to rally the gamers, right? Or to convince his audience, the people that, you know, follow him, to make the PlayStation 5 look bad. That's really what he did. So, you know, and now he got blowback because, let me tell you something. Y'all ever heard of the phrase, you poke the bull, prepare for the horns? That's what he did. He poked the bull, which is the console warriors, and he didn't realize what the hell he did. He didn't realize how many people now went at him, right? So he comes out and tweets, well, it's a good thing I hear Xbox Scorpio will destroy the PlayStation 5. Good. I don't need to give Sony any of my money. Listen to what he tweeted. Man, I wish I could put it up, all right? But he typed Xbox Scorpio. It's a good thing he hears that Xbox Scorpio is going to kill the PlayStation 5. No one told him that. He got exposed. Manabyte exposed himself because no one said Xbox Scorpio is going to kill PlayStation 5. Yes, Campos says Scorpio. That's why he said Xbox Scorpio. He didn't know that Xbox Scorpio was the project codename for what we have now known as Xbox One X. A project title that was announced back in 2016. We all know this. This is basic info for gamers. In fact, when the Xbox One X launched, the first few editions was the Scorpio edition written on. Who are we talking about? Manabyte. In fact, give me a second. I'm going to try to see if I could pull up his tweet. I'll pull up his tweet if I could, and then I'll display it on the screen so that way you can see it. So, dame un momento. And I'll keep talking. So, Manabyte comes up, and he's a MCU stan, or he just reports everything from MCU, right? So, of course, he's going to instantly side with Disney and Marvel because he's standing for them. He's corporate cucking. Maybe he gets paid. If he gets paid by them, then okay, it makes sense. I mean, what can you do? He makes money after them. So I can't blame the guy if he's making money off them. That, you can't hate on that. Who can? Who can hate, right? But of course, he's tweeting. I mean, this dude was tweeting like 20 tweets every 10 seconds, right? Simply because he's trying to make Sony look like the bad guy to put pressure on him. And then within that pressure, he mentioned the consoles, which has nothing to do with this. That was the thing. Like, this is not a console thing. Like, what does that have to do with anything? But let me find his tweet, and then I'll put it up on the screen so that way everybody can see who I'm talking about. Right? So, dame un momento. Where is it at? Come on, help me out here. I'm looking through my Twitter. Right? Here we go. Am I seeing something? No, this ain't it. Go back. Come on, let me find this bum ass tweet. This bum. Where he at? ¿Dónde tú estás? But anyway, so he mentions consoles, like I said. God damn it. There's a lot of people all up in the timeline. Like, geez, Louise. Este tipo, coño. All right, give me a second, and then I'll hook it up, and I will show you. This dude is like, you can't make this up. But now he's complaining, saying, "Oh, these fanboys defending their company. This is so stupid." You the one that did this. You should have never mentioned PlayStation. Like, what does Xbox and PlayStation got to do with this? Of course, he knew what he was doing, right? He tried to rally gamers, try to make the PlayStation look bad, you know what I'm saying? So that way, if people start trending, oh, I'm going to boycott PS5, that's all he tried to do. That's all the doofus tried to do, all right? That's all he tried to do. He just tried to, find any way possible to get at Sony to force them to just be like, all right, fine, we give in. Please. Take out 50%, but please don't boycott out PlayStation 5. Please don't do that. That's all the moron tried to do. That's all he tried to do. Right? And it backfired. You know what I'm saying? It backfired bad, right? And the reason why it backfired, and I don't think he understands this, the reason why it backfired, and we all could understand this, is because gaming is bigger than movies. We all know this, right? We all know this. Gaming is bigger than movies and music combined. It's a bigger industry, right? I care more about Spider-Man PS4 than the Spider-Man movies. All right? If you told me, hey, Puertorock, one goes, one stays. Spider-Man 2, PlayStation, or Spider-Man the next MCU movie. I'm gonna be like, deuces. I'm gonna play the Spider-Man the game. Screw that. I can watch other superhero movies. Give me the games. I'm gonna pick the game over the movies any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he understood that. I don't think he understood how well, the impact that more people enjoy video games than watching movies. I don't think he understood that. So when he went at one, a lot of gamers knew he wasn't a gamer. Because again, Xbox Scorpio will kill the PlayStation 5. Right there, people knew he wasn't a gamer. He don't play games. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't play games. He just said whatever just to rile up everything, right? And he screwed up. He exposed himself. Okay. Where we go? Where we go? And there we go. Where are you? Well, hold up. I got an idea. Maybe did I screenshot this? Maybe I screenshot this already. No, where is it? Where are you? Man, this is killing me. Damn, I can't find it. I wish I could find it. Oh, this is killing me. I can't find it. There's just a lot of craziness going around.
So today at 3 p.m. I'm going to do a live stream.
God damn. Oh, I just can't find it. Oh, this dude. Woo! Where? I can't find it. It's too much. It's all over this place. This Twitter. God, I didn't realize. Holy shit, people are in their fields with this. It's pretty funny. All right, give me a second. I know because I retweeted it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy smoking? And I even laughed about it. I'm like, this dude's bugging. Where are you at? And where is Manabite? Hold up. I think I'm getting close. I'm sorry if this is annoying you. Okay. Oh, I see now. The motherfucker deleted it. Oh, you fraud. All right, this dude's a fraud and a half. Oh, I see what you did. Oh, shit. Oh, this bum. All right, that's why I couldn't find it. It says tweet not available. So the fraud deleted it. So that was it. So his Twitter, I'm gonna type it. In fact, let me put his face out. This dude's frauding. What a fraud. This dude fraud. All right, so is there a way I can share this screen to you guys? All right, let me see if I can share my screen. It's gonna be interesting. Let me see what I could do. Let's see. Let me do this. Latest image. Let me block that out. Can I share my screen? All right. And can I go to my Twitter? All right. All right, everybody see that? That's him right there. That's the dude right there. Jeremy Conrad, Manabite. This dude, let's see if I could go back to my thing. All right, you see this right here? It says, you see that? Xbox Scorpio, not Scarlet, but Scorpio. That's me replying, retweeting, laughing, and everybody's laughing. If you look at the replies, everybody's laughing at the replies. Don't get what PlayStation has to do with Sony Columbia Pictures, and everybody's just laughing, right? But in that reply, which he deleted because he fraud, right? The man just fraud, and I'm going to type his name, this dude, this non-gamer. Yeah, you can't even look at him. Let's look at this dude. Oh my God, look at this dude. Jesus Christ. This dude, bro. Like, let me do something real quick. This dude, like, hold up. Now, let me get out of here. Go back. Let me do something. So that dude right there, you saw him, right? Hey, hold on. I'm gonna do some funny shit right now. Give me a second. Yo, this dude. Oh, I don't. Can I save it as well? Can I save it? Let's see. Let me see. Let's see if I could do something. Let me see. Hold up. Give me a second. I want to see if I could do something. Let me see if I could. Can I change this? Give me a second. Can I update this? So we can enjoy the conversation with this doofus. Oh no, I don't think I can. I don't think I can change it. I would have to do so much stuff to it. It's not even worth it. Right? Yeah, it's not even worth it. Let's just leave it alone. Anyway, you saw his face. His name is, you saw him, right? You saw the dude. That dude's standing for Marvel, right? So homeboy comes out with a tweet, talks about Scorpio. So the gamers already knew, and you saw he deleted his tweet because he got exposed. Too late, right? Internet never forgets. He did that simply to incite and try to get the momentum of, PlayStation 5, whatever. He then retweets, I can't believe these guys, just because of a video game, they're siding with Sony. This is so stupid. Nah, motherfucker, it's not stupid. What happened was you stepped in. It's like Alfred when he told, it's like Alfred when he told Bruce Wayne in Dark Knight, you spat on the criminals and you thought, you didn't think that they were going to hit back. They went to someone worse. My man Manabite talked some ish, and he didn't expect that the dude's like, yo, screw the MCU, PlayStation over Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hey, Marvel Cinematic Universe could burn to hell for all we care. And he didn't get that. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Rejo, you sent the screenshot, what, on Twitter? On my DM? Send it to me in the DM if you got it. And I'll put that. If you send me a screenshot, I could load it up on the screen. If anybody could. Send it to me in the DM on Twitter. And I'll load it up. Let me see. Let me look down in the DM. Give me a second. Well, he did. He sent it to me. All right. Who will tell you the internet never forgets. All right. Oh, let me save this. All right. Yup. My man, Real Hood. The internet never forgets. Come on, dog. Internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. Oh, I love you guys. I love you, man. You guys are fucking, y'all the shit. The internet to this day is undefeated, man. You can't defeat the internet. Manabite, my man thought he was going to run away. You can't run. You can't run. We're going to find you. And we're going to make him squeal. Like Joker, right? You ever seen Joker, The Dark Knight? We're going to find him. He'll find him and he'll make him squeal. He's a squealer. You could just look at it. All right. Where I put it? Come on. ¿Dónde está? Where'd you go? Hold up. I'm going to hook it up. Good. Shout out to Red Hood for hooking a brother up with this. Let me save it, and then I'm going to link it, and then it'll appear, and it'll be like part of the main screen right here. All right. Image cuts. All right. It's looking weird right now, but it should be all right. Save type as all files. Wait, come on. Hold me out here. This thing is killing me. All right. And now we're going to go here. And we're going to go here. And we're going to go here. We're going to go here. And then we're going to look for, where is it? Man, I don't know what's up. Everything's fucking with me today. JPEG files. We go back up. What the fuck? Man, y'all killing me. Well, this shit's killing me. All right, let's do this. Save image as. Let me do this here. Let me put it on my desktop. All right. Now we're good here. Okay. And then we'll go here. If this doesn't come in, I'll be like, you know what? Forget it. We're going to forget about this. No, it's not appearing. I don't know why. It's weird. Doesn't want to connect. Doesn't want to link. It doesn't want to link to the place where I save it. So I'll just put his ugly face. I'll do this to make fun of him. There we go. We'll do that. That's the homeboy right there. Look at that homeboy. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at this clown. Look at this wise guy. Hey there, wise guy. In fact, let me. Look at this white guy. Look at this wise guy. Look at you. Look at this guy. Hey there. Hey there, killer. Look at you. Look at this guy. What's going on here? What are we doing? This man. This man said, look at his face. Look at this guy. This is the face of the man that said he heard Xbox Scorpio is going to kill PlayStation 5. This is the man. Look at him. Man a bite. Let me check my DM. People let me check my DM again. This is him. This is homeboy. Yep. This homeboy right there. Okay. Ooh, I got a good screenshot. That's him. Okay. Somebody, man, I appreciate it, man. Everybody's looking me out. Everybody's all right. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put that image up because everybody's like, put the image up. All right. Let me try this one. Everybody's like, put it up, and it's true. It needs to be exposed. We need to expose this. This dude deserves to be exposed. His non-gaming ass. There we go. And boom. All right. Let me see if. Let me hold up. Ooh. Whoa, this is huge. Let me fix this up a little bit. All right. Give me a second. Apparently the file's bigger than. All right. Give me a second. Because dang, this thing is huge. How big of a screen is this? Whoa. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're getting there. So, my man Red Hood got it. Got it. All right. We're almost there. In fact, let me add more space because I'm going to just take it off. All right. There we go. We're going to enjoy this. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with chicken fat. Everybody see that? In fact, let me make that part bigger because I think now. All right. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this wise guy. Yeah. This is a tweet deleted. Yeah. Everybody see that? I'm not lying to you when I saw that. I'm like, yo. My man said, leave that God-fearing white man alone. Look at this. I'm bullshitting. Jeremy Conrad, man of bite. Good thing Xbox Scorpio is sounding like it'll mop the floor with the PS5. Won't have to buy one of those and give Sony money there either. Marvel stands. Is this your king? And you wonder why the gaming industry makes more money than movies and music combined. It's because you got fools like him. And you wonder why. You wonder why they make more money. You wonder why gaming industry is superior to the movie and music industry combined. I don't care. I'll throw music under the bus too. Movies and music combined cannot touch the gaming industry. And it's because you got douchebags like this dude. Right? And he can't even own up to it. He deleted a tweet. So that way, it's like it never happened. But the internet don't forget. Is this Puddlegate 2.0? This is beyond Puddlegate 2.0. Shout out to Overdone with the super chat. This is beyond. Like, look. Good thing. If anything, if I was an Xbox fanboy, hardcore fanboy, I would be pissed looking at this dude. Because I would be like, nah, listen, you're not using us in your bullshit. You can't even get our console right. Scorpio, really? Craig the tech guy dragged me to the queue. So I'm going to throw in Craig up in here. Hey, Craig, you should be able to join yourself. Once you're in, you should be able to just drop in. See if you could just drop into the live chat. If you can't, then let me see. Let me see. Oh no, it's because that's you. Oh, that's because you don't have roles. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. You should be able to jump in yourself now. Try to jump in yourself. See if you could just jump in. Could you jump in? Yeah, but I give you rights to jump in.
Yeah.
Hold on. So I got Craig, the Messiah, the tech guy. Hold on.
All right,
All right.
There we go.
Good looking up to shout out to Red Hood. Shout out to everybody because y'all were flooding the message box with it. But look at this douchebag. This is the reason why the consoles got in. And because of this led into Sony's gonna lose rights to the game. It's gonna be an Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
I was like, yo, what's that actor's name? Elba Idris. When I heard that, Sony's gonna lose rights to Spiderman, Xbox exclusive. I went, what? What is we talking about? Like, how did this just come up to the Spider-Man game? Like, that's a separate issue. Whatever deal Marvel Gaming Studios and PlayStation had. Now, do I think Sony has that deal forever? No, it's probably timed. Who knows how many games they're going to be allowed to make before Marvel either allows Sony to renew it or they're just going to let somebody else take over. That's a different question. But right here, right now, when PlayStation comes out, we're gonna get Spider-Man sequel. So if you have any hopes of playing Spider-Man 2, prepare to get a PlayStation 5. That's just the reality, right? Hey, yo, Craig, you all right? What's going on here?
Yo.
Okay, you good?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the deal right now. A friend of mine's a PA, production assistant, works at LucasArts. But here's your deal as of right now. They get Disney gets production fees from Sony, which is just, they get kind of a reimbursement. They get first dollar gross. They keep 100% of the merchandise. They get Spider-Man in the MCU for free. They don't even pay a license. At least they're paying Universal a licensing fee for Hulk. Okay. And they get 5% of the movie once it grosses a certain amount. And he's shocked that there's so many people. But that's the
current deal, right? That's the deal.
That's the current deal as we talk right now.
Yeah, that's the current deal Disney wants to change.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Okay. Like Darth Vader changed the deal not Tatooine, and Best. He told Lando, "I'm changing the deal." So what's happened now is when Disney came back to negotiate, Kevin Feige was not there. So because as you said correctly, Kevin Feige has been put in charge of the new property that they have. And he's working. He's trying to do. He's trying to find a producer and writer and runner for Blade because Witchcall just walked right into Feige's office without a meeting and said, "I want to do Blade," and he said, "Yeah, it's a deal."
Okay.
All right. So you were correct. So the new deal is Disney still gets to keep 100% of the merchandise. They still want Spider-Man in the MCU. But they want 50-50 with co-production and financing, which what a lot of people don't know this, if Sony did that, that would take controlling interest from Sony. They would lose it back to Marvel. That's why Disney wants 50-50.
Okay.
And Disney wants co-financing with the other Sony movies. So that's Venom. That's if they do Craven, if they do a Silk movie, and so they have a lot of
because there's a lot of characters that fall under. What I didn't know, I learned recently. Apparently, Morbius, because with the announcement of Blade, I said, "Oh man, it'll be cool with Morbius." They're like, "No, technically, Sony owns Morbius because that's actually a Spider-Man universe character." I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, there's over 900, I think, people that Sony could choose to make a Spider-Man movie. So it's
really a cinematic universe. Really, their own Spider-Man cinematic universe.
Venomverse. Yeah, they call it the Venomverse. Like Venom's their main star. They made $800 million with Venom. So they but that's where things stand as of right now. That's the deal that Disney proposed. Now I get it. This is a hard line negotiation, and you got two companies with very successful intellectual properties. And that's where we're at right now. Now, what's starting to happen now is because more people are getting this information out. A bunch of people with major followings, and people are starting to turn on Disney. It's starting to happen
because the truth is pouring out little by little. See, a lot of people initial shock was Sony because let's be honest. It's not out of character for Sony to be arrogant and make a stupid decision.
Yes.
It's not out of character, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the initial impression. Yeah. That's just how it is. Sony will always have that stain in their legacy that they sometimes make stupid decisions, right? But as the conversation keeps going, right? As more people talk about, right? As more people realize, well, how did Sony do? Because a lot of people had the impression, a lot of people, the first instant reaction is, well, Far From Home is $1 billion franchise. Sony, when they had Spider-Man, it never reached $1 billion. And they are correct, right? But their movies did still sell 800 million. It sold 900 million. Yeah. So it's not that far off, right? So would you take 900 million on your own, or would you take 500 million in a partnership? More and more people are starting to realize that, like, wait a minute, hold on. Sony could make even if, let's say, they lowball it, right? Which was the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it did $750 million. That's still better than 50% of Far From Home. So more and more people, as you peel the onion and you actually do research and you don't stand for no company, you just look at the facts and look at the scenario. Everybody, there's not one person in this world that I believe would agree to taking less money if people could make more money on their own. No one's going to be like, man, why am I going to make more money on my own when I could be your partner and make a lot less? That's a great deal. No one's going to do that. So I know nobody believes that that's a great deal. No one on their own is going to agree to make less money. That's just stupid.
Yeah, no, especially with everything here, it's still 100% merchandising. Spider-Man stays in the MCU. But the co-financing with the other movies, Marvel wants part of what they're doing with Venom. The next
Venom
movie,
was also $900 million. That's huge.
Yeah. And they did it without Spider-Man.
Imagine this.
So
they just opened the door for Sony to change a little direction, right? Imagine the next Venom movie, because we already saw, hey, spoilers. I'm going to keep my finger up, or I'm going to be like, whoop, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm going to keep my thumbs up. All right? I'm going to let y'all know right now. I'm about to say a spoiler, okay? So as long as my thumb is up, it's going to stay as a spoiler. Once my thumb goes down, you could get back to listening. Ready? Spoiler is right now. So at the end of the Venom movie, I'm going to say spoiler, Venom movie, we know Carnage is coming. We saw the character, the after credit scene, Carnage, which is Woody Harrelson, right? Yeah, imagine Tom Hardy Spider-Man joins up with Venom and Tom Hardy. The Tale of Two Toms versus Carnage. Tell me that's not a $1 billion movie in its own. Venom 2 versus Carnage. And then all of a sudden, like in the first theatrical trailer, you see Carnage rise of Carnage, right? And then Venom's about to fight him. Then all of a sudden, Spider-Man be like, "Hey guys, I heard there was a party here." Tell me that won't blow up.
Yeah.
And now the spoiler's over. There you go. You could come back. That's a $1 billion movie right there.
Yeah, more than that.
Okay,
actually, they could probably hit 1.6 on
Spider-Man Sinister 6. That's a $1 billion movie right there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Like I said in the earlier broadcast, if Disney came up to Sony and said, we want 50%, well, if this is a renegotiation, what do Sony get out of this? Like when everybody walks out of the table, everybody has to come out with something, right? Disney wants to come out with 50%. And I didn't even know about the other stuff. Like, they want also money from the other movies. Sony could be like, this has nothing to do with the MCU. Like, mind your business, right? So that's even crazier. I didn't even know that. That's just stupid now. Now I'm looking at this and like, you're just dumb now. You actually went to the table and tried to do all that? I thought it was just specifically just making more money. Like, that's just ridiculous. But let's say if it's just more money from the Spider-Man specific titles, right? What does Sony get out of it? When they walk away from the table, it just simply can't be, hey, Sony, let's make a renegotiation. We want 50% of the movie, and that's our proposal. Do you agree? Oh, yeah, great idea. Perfect. Sign the papers. Well, that's not how it works.
What Sony really wants is they want Kevin Feige to receive it. But as you correctly pointed out, because Marvel doesn't own the property, they don't want Kevin Feige overseeing it. They want him over there on Fantastic Four. And, the new properties, they just... That's 100% correct. So that was great. You deduced that 100% correct. What Sony needed out of the deal as it is now is after the Sony leaks, all those, a lot of actresses did not want to work with Sony because of all the negative stuff that Amy Pascal had said. So, she pissed off Brad Pitt. She pissed off Angelina Jolie. She pissed off a lot of powerful actors and actresses. So this deal, which Disney wrote, which Kevin Feige was single-handedly got in on, this deal really favors Marvel. What it did do for Sony was it added value to their company and it rehabbed their image. But it's rehabbed to the point now where they want an Oscar into the Spider-Verse. So they're walking into the negotiation now with an Oscar-winning movie and with Venom. So as you know, so it's hard to negotiate.
But even
with
then, the mathematics don't work because even before the MCU, the Spider-Man movies were still making 800, 900 million. 900 million is a bigger. 900 million is a bigger number than 500 million. So that alone.
No, but the
you know what I'm saying? That alone, Sony has.
Okay, but the ones with Andrew Garfield, the ones with Garfield did not financially do as well as they thought. They underperformed.
Yeah,
you're right.
It underperformed with 790 million. Right? That's considered underperforming. Now imagine 500 million. That's even worse. Like an underperforming Spider-Man is better than this deal. Like that's what I would do at Sony. I'd be like, hey, Disney, an underperforming Spider-Man movie, we make more money than what you're offering on the table. Like this doesn't make sense for Sony. Shout out to Ravenflow, super chat. Ravenflow says, do you guys believe Tom Holland will make a non-MCU movie? Venom sucked and profited off the heels of the MCU. Yeah, because he's contracted to. The movies, his movies is still going to make money. The question fans have is it going to be quality? That's the question, and I can't answer that. It could completely suck. Let's be honest. It could suck. Well, it could be average. It could be anywhere. The spectrum is open on this, right? And what sucks is, for me personally, I now know there's no longer any potential for any further Spider-Man team up. Like I was hoping maybe like a Fantastic Four, like once they start getting the ball rolling, like a Fantastic Four Spider-Man team up, because that's very common, right? That would be pretty cool, right? What I ultimately was hoping, and you know, when they created the Fantastic Four, and this is like long term, right? What I was ultimately hoping was they release the Fantastic Four, do 1 or 2 movies, right? And at the end of the second movie, something bad happens to the Fantastic Four. Like they disappear off the face of the planet. Nobody knows where they are, right? And this is where Marvel Universe introduces the new Fantastic Four. And if you remember those issues, it was Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk, and Ghost Rider. They were the Fantastic Four for a while. Tell me that shit wouldn't be badass.
That would work. Another thing, the question the guy asked.
That's not gonna happen.
Tom Holland is supposed to be in the Sony Uncharted. They've got plans for Tom Holland for over the next 10 years.
Man, somebody should tell Tom Holland rule number 1: do not make video game movies.
That's true.
That's rule number 1.
But
you never want to make a video game. Never make a movie based on a video game.
Well, I think Sean Layden handpicked him, but I do agree that they don't have a good track. So I do agree with that. So yeah, but that's their deal right now. And that's what. And again, people are literally saying that Marvel they want to move on, and then cast Spider-Man as Miles Morales. That because they're continuing. They openly said everything's going to be much more diverse going forward. People just need to get over it. So they've set up, and we're not going to give away Far From Home spoilers, but they could, in theory, set that up based on what happened at the end of Far From Home. So no spoilers at all. But but now Miles Morales' uncle, played by Childish Gambino, Glover. That's out of the Miles Morales. That's Miles Morales' uncle. Okay, you know. So all that, that has been set up from Homecoming for Sony to do that. Okay, that's stuff that Sony wanted into the movie. Tom Holland does not work for Marvel. He does work from Sony. Okay. When he gets his check, it's from Sony. So he does not get a check from the MCU people, not from Marvel at all. Now unless he goes to special event,
the cameos. He didn't get money from Marvel for the cameos. Well, that was Sony.
Well, again, that went to Sony. There were 6 movies. Holland's been in 5, been Spider-Man 5 times. That's what people got to remember. So, and because he was in Infinity War, he was in Endgame. You got to remember that counts.
That counts as
an appearance. It's like, just like Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. He signed for 6 movies, but he's already been Black Panther in the movie Black Panther and he was in the Black Panther movie.
Who was in the Black Panther
movie? He was in Infinity War. Chadwick Boseman. So he only has 2 more movies on his deal to be Black Panther. Yeah. So, and again, those are the 2 movies that Ryan Coogler is writing now. They're writing the new Black Panther movie right now. Okay. So, but they've got years to fix this. I wanted to ask you, why do you think this is spilled over into the video gaming? Because this is
Just
about
look at the tweet.
movie.
You see. Look at the screen.
I saw the tweet, but why did it even get to this point? I saw the tweet.
Yeah, so you see the screen, right? That's on the stream,
Yeah.
Jerry Comrade. So he's, Marvel stan, whatever. He always hypes up Marvel everything, which is fine, which is cool. But why did he make this tweet? And I'm going to read out loud again. He said, good thing Xbox Scorpio is sounding like it'll mop the floor with the PS5. Won't have to buy one of those and give Sony money there either. And then he put hashtag fire Tom Rothman, hashtag boycott Sony Spiderman. He's inciting a boycott on the PlayStation 5. That's what he's doing. He caused this, right? But he did not understand, just kind of like what Alfred told, Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight. You didn't fully understand who you're dealing with. This man can't be bargained with, bought. Some men just simply want to watch the world burn. That's the console community. Those are the console warriors. He did not understand the moment he brought out Mop the Floor with PS5. He didn't even use the right system. He was supposed to write good thing Xbox Xbox Scarlet is sounding like it'll mop the floor. Right? So the first indicator, he's not even a gamer. Right? And he just unleashed the fury of PlayStation Nation. Because more often than not, majority of PlayStation Nation would rather see the MCU burn in all entirety before the PlayStation brand goes away. Gaming is bigger than movies. Period.
Yeah.
He had no idea what the man unleashed. He didn't realize the Pandora's box he opened up. He honestly thought, I'm gonna just talk shit, because this is what his intention. He's not slick. This doofus is clear what he tried to do. He tried to start a trend to make PS5 look bad, so that way it could start trending and be like, hey, PlayStation 5, I'm boycotting PlayStation 5. I'm a boycott. Forget about it. Screw Sony and PlayStation 5. So that could put heat on Sony and be like, God damn, we're about to lose momentum on PlayStation 5. All right, fine. We give in. We'll take the deal. Well, he didn't realize the people, I would imagine some of the people were like, yeah, fuck Sony, Jeremy Conrad, fuck him. And then when he goes, yeah, fuck PlayStation 5 too, he's like, whoa, hold on. Hold on, Jeremy. Nah, we're not doing that. Fuck the MCU. Fuck them. No. We sticking with gaming. Gaming over movies any day of the week. And he didn't realize that. He even deleted his tweet. That tweet right there that we have on the screen is not there no more. He even made a reply saying, I can't believe, these guys are starting a Sony simply because of a gaming console. That's so stupid. Oh, my God. For what was that? People went at him, be like, yo, Jeremy, gaming over movies. They even told him, hey, the gaming industry is bigger than the movies, so fuck your movies. And he didn't realize this. He didn't realize today, Manabyte realized gaming is bigger than movies. If he didn't realize that before, he realized that today. Manabyte realized that today, that more people will choose gaming over movies. More people will rather play Spider-Man games or Marvel games than watch them. So don't mess with us. And he learned that. So he deleted his tweet. But it's because of this doofus that consoles. This is actually not a console topic because the Spider-Man PS4 deal has nothing to do with any of this. What's funny is the same day that the breakup got announced is the same day Marvel Gaming Studios finally acknowledged and congratulations Insomniac for being part of Sony Studios. They didn't make that tweet the day Insomniac announced it. They did it the same day the breakup news started breaking out. And I found that weird because if you look at the date of Marvel Gaming Studios tweet, it was the same day the breakup announced. So what message are they sending? In my opinion, they're trying to throw subliminals to the gaming industry saying, hey, whatever the fuck Marvel Studios movies is doing, that ain't got shit to do with us. You're good.
Well,
like, hey, you guys are good. All right, we just, hey, like Marvel Gaming Studios, like, what the fuck is Disney? Like, hey, type out a tweet. Hey, Insomniac, congratulations. Hey, we're going to have a great future. They did that tweet. They remember, because Insomniac announced the partnership on the 19th. If you look at the Marvel Gaming Studios tweet, it says the 20th. which is around the time this whole thing blew up. Like, hey, bro, they threw a subliminal. They're trying to throw subliminals like, hey, don't confuse the movie studio with us. This ain't it. All right?
Yeah. But they're not broken up. I mean, the Spider-Man movie that's due for Phase 5, Marvel can't even announce that because they don't own the IP.
Yeah, they don't.
There is no Spider-Man movie scheduled for Phase 4, which is a 2-year project. So they have now. I know Kevin Feige has already said he likes to have stuff done years in advance. That's why the MCU has worked, because it's not like they did Wedge Homecoming.
Yeah, he plans the ending. He already has the ending plan. Now he's figuring out how to get there. That's what Kevin Feige does. Like, this is how I want the movie end. How do I get there?
Yeah.
How do I get to that final part? And you know who also does that? Christopher Nolan. He does that. Like with the Dark Knight trilogy, he already had the ending planned out with Bane and all that stuff. He already knew. He already knew how the tale was gonna end when he got pitched the idea and whole Batman Begins was gonna go into production. Before, with Warner Brothers, while they were writing it, he already had the ending written out. What he did was he did finish the ending and he worked his way backwards. And along the way, all right, what works? This doesn't work. All right, this, that, and that. And Kevin Feige has the same attitude. If we're going to make multi-movie deals, you got to do the ending first. This is the ending.
Yeah, we got to know where
we got to know how it finishes. And now, how do we get there? And that's why it works. Like this DCU, I don't think they did that. They didn't plot. They didn't plot the ending. They didn't. What they did was they did each film and try to fit it along the way, and ultimately they realized, shit, this doesn't work, and there's no going back.
No, I mean you can't. Yeah, and with DC, their problem is Batman because he makes the most money for them. He's their version of Spider-Man. He's popular. He's got the games. The toys, all that. But he's their weakest character. So everything that is written has to be written from his point of view, and it's not going to work in a expanding universe. You have to write from different points of view. Now, maybe Abrams changes because Abrams is now over there. He's going to do Green Lantern and Superman. So Abrams has already joked to say he does not know how Batman beat Superman in a fight. He said that was the stupidest thing he saw. Mm-hmm. So so they got to do so. They got to rent on that, but they Aquaman, it's all now part of the canon. So I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, this Spider-Man thing, I'm just shocked that people are reacting. I'm like, I don't understand. Companies negotiate all the time, and yes, if you're Sony or if you're Marvel, of course you go in asking for shit you can't have.
At the end of the day, a lot of people are blaming people. This is not blaming. This is business 101. Mm-hmm. Disney's looking after their own self-interest. Sony's looking after their own self-interest. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. It's just a normal case of capitalism. That's it. Yes. It's basic capitalism. That's all it's going to be. They're not sitting down talking about the fans. They're not talking about the diehard YouTubers. They're not talking about, we make better versions of Spider-Man than you. It has nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. Those conversations, they're not at the table. It's strictly finance. Marvel wants more. Disney wants more money. Sony's like, we can make more money. We can make more money than what you're offering by ourselves. They're going to have to come to a decision where it's mutually beneficial, right? That's why I brought up, well, what about more gaming rights?
That could be part of their deal.
It could compensate for the 50%. Yeah. But I don't think Sony's going to include the rest of the property. They're not doing that. That's too much. Yeah. They could say, hey, you can have 50% of Spider-Man home, that franchise, but stay away from Venom and anything else we're trying to do. You're not part of that.
That's what I'm saying. This ask, 50% would take controlling interest out. Sony would lose controlling interest. So they're not going to do that. They're not going to give you money based on, that's what I'm thinking. A lot of people are now saying that, and I was saying earlier, they think Disney did this on purpose because they want to just move on with Miles Morales. They can still do a great third Spider-Man, with the introduction. No spoilers. They introduced some cool ass things in Far From Home. So they can finish that and end his arc, and then have him pass the torch. But we'll have to wait and see. How does it affect the game? I did ask my friend that, and he said it won't affect Insomniac Sony's deal at all. So because then they would have to go in and start removing parts of the Spider-Man game that's out now. Mm-hmm. So, they would have to remove Avengers Tower. They would have anything dealing with the MCU tie-in, they would have to get rid of. They would have to literally say, oh, well, we're going to have to do this from now on, but they're not going to do that. So that deal is fine. And they do not need, as cool as it would be, they don't need any MCU characters to show up because they've got 800 to put into the video. So, Insomniac has that now. Mm-hmm. So everything's fine. I just thought it was hilarious. I saw a bunch of gaming people covering movies.
It's just a big deal. And then this dude brought in console gamers for no reason, and it just got out of hand. Right down to people saying, "Oh, some people are like, oh, Xbox exclusive now." What? Like, oh my God. Yeah. Come on, stop.
Even though right here, I'm looking at Scarlet Specs. So gave them my source, and they are going to have AMD's LBM technology, so it may be a little powerful. We have to wait and see.
I mean, I went through this tech spec during the Scorpio for like a whole year. That's why I don't talk about power. I'm sick of that. From all of 2016. To pretty much up to the launch, that's all I kept hearing, and it was so nauseating, and it didn't even end up true. No Ryzen chip. It was still Polaris and Jaguar. I was like, fuck you. I went through this whole year for just Polaris and Jaguar. I'm like, I'm done. Like, no. Like, I'm not.
You love it.
That's why I don't do podcasts with tech. I don't really get into that. I leave it alone. When it gets announced, we get announced and we talk the facts. And then that's it.
Correct. That's where I'm at.
We'll talk about specs in the beginning of the gen, but I'm not going to talk about specs for a whole year even after launches. Like when PlayStation 5 launches and Xbox whatever, we'll talk about specs for the first couple of weeks. Then after that, I'm done. I'm not going to keep talking about terabytes and flops and 6-7 months after. I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to break down Digital Foundry shit. I don't do that. That's annoying. It's just It's just Well, anyway, Craig, thanks for bringing some extra insight into this. Truly appreciate it.
Anytime.
Everybody, come on. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Boycott Manabite. The only thing wrong with the dude is he frauding. Posing to be a gamer. Won't have to buy one of those. Because Xbox Scorpio sounds like it'll mop the floor. Shut up. You don't even have an Xbox Scorpio. I bet you. You bum. Fraud gamers, bro. That right there is such a fraud. Bringing up gaming. You a damn Marvel stan. Anyway. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Retweet this out. Thank you for rocking out with your boy, Puertorock77, your only friend in these YouTube streets. And I'll see you when I see you guys, all right? Anyway, you guys take care. Peace.